All right, good to have you. So today on the headlines, we'll be checking out the news from Zenith, first quarter results from GTB as well, Transcorp Q1 results, Unilever stocks that made money for investors last week, and then the stocks to look out for this week. To join the conversation, send a message to WhatsApp. The number is 0809 444 0981. That's 0809 444 0981. On Twitter, use the hashtag BusinessExpress981. Over to you, Tosin.
Good morning. I'm so excited this morning. So we're currently in the earnings season. The Q1 results are out. Segun, tell me something. Look at the results. Look at Zenith Bank. Look at Transcorp. It seems like the Q1 is actually up to a positive start. Do you think we are going to maintain this momentum?
Yeah, for the banks, it's not been a bad one. Zenith did pretty well on the bottom line. At least Zenith did pretty well on the bottom line year on year. But if you look at the quarter-on-quarter figures, I think they were a bit weak for Zenith. If you notice, the apart from the trading income, we actually boosted. Treasury yield income, we actually supported interest income on other lines. They actually had a weak earnings. If you go down to that, I think the NII was also a bit of a support for them year on year. But if you go through quarter-on-quarter earnings, I think they had a very pressured earnings quarter-on-quarter. Though interest income was actually up by 26% quarter-on-quarter. Then though they saw a moderation in interest, interest expense, so that actually supported net interest income, which actually grew about 69% or thereabout.
Okay.
But if you look at the net interest margin, is actually weakening because the yield environment is actually dropping, so they're actually seeing pressure from that end. So that a bit was actually moderated what we saw for net interest margin during the period. On the NIR lines, they actually saw a slight moderation. It was actually big. I think it was about 73% decline to 26 billion. So that kind of pressure what we saw for the NIR line. Just compared to last year where we saw a lot of evaluation gains, which really supported their earnings. So coming into this year, that kind of actually moderating. So what we saw for the moderation we saw on the NIR line.
I want to quickly touch on something. We saw a 16% decline in the loan book of Zenith Bank.
Yeah, I think that's actually the new game you need to see for the banks, because they're actually not lending much, to be sincere. So if you look at why you're seeing a decline in the loan book, you are seeing investment securities actually growing. So they are still playing it safe, doing more of government securities than actually lending
to the real economy. All right, Ogodri, I'm going to come to you with the GT Bank results. What is your take? You can see that there's a drop in funding income. So, but what is your take on GT Bank's result?
Like I always say, if you're going to invest in any banking stock, in fact any stock in the Nigerian Stock Exchange, if you want to have a very good portfolio, two companies that you want to have in your portfolio is GT Bank and Zenith Bank. These are consistent performance. They pay dividend consistently over the years and would always reward you with capital appreciation. So cursory look at GT Bank results. Wasn't bad. Earnings per share is up. Gross earnings is also up. They had a lot of a significant rise in non-interest income, which sort of also helped provide a kind of buffer for their bottom line. I usually don't take Q1 results too seriously. I start to take results seriously when it comes to Q2. Zenith Bank and GT Bank typically audit their accounts twice a year. So from the half-year results, you start to see you start to take them a bit more seriously. However, this is a good bellwether for what the year would look like.
Okay.
And for investors looking at stocks to buy or to put in their portfolio, then you might want to look at Zenith and GTB. The only problem I have with GTB is that it seems a bit overpriced currently, even though the results are higher than are strong. Price to book ratio is over 2 times, which I'm not very, very comfortable with. Price to earnings, I think, is in double digits, much higher than where the likes of maybe Zenith and Access Bank is. But then it's GTB. GTB's return on equities
it
also compensates for that as well. So I mean, you gotta understand that. But then for hawks like me, it's a bit overpriced.
I mean, I'm thinking I had the opportunity to buy GT Bank at 16 naira last year, and then I'm looking at it 48 naira. Like, it's gone so high. Like, do you really think people are actually comfortable buying GT at its current price?
Yeah, I mean, GTB's target for a lot of, I think even for ARM is about 55 or so naira or thereabout. So I mean, there's still room for upside for GT Bank. I mean, it's just that for me, upside it's not 5. I mean, I bought GT Bank at some point at 16 naira as well.
Wow.
Flipped it maybe at 30 or thereabout, and I'm like, do I go? Do I get out? So I'm waiting for a little bit of pullback. But like I said, the Q1 result is good, positive.
Good.
You know, for
Good
those
result.
who have GTB in their portfolio, a bit more confident. Okay, no need to sell. GT Bank's probably going to hit 60, 65 maybe by this time next year. So
yeah,
good one.
Okay, fantastic. So let's move over from the financial stocks to Transcorp. Transcorp has done a 28% growth in revenue quarter on quarter. Can you just tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I think it's if you look, I think it's due to the low base we saw last year. If you remember last year, that was when we had this shutdown at the airports, which actually limited, specifically in Abuja, we actually drove down their revenue for the Abuja business last year. So coming into this year, seeing that operation is actually at optimal level. Also from some part of Q1 last year, I think that was when the president wasn't around. So we saw a lot of meetings that were actually cancelled, a lot of events are actually cancelled. So a lot of people didn't get to use Transcorp last year. That's Abuja specifically. So I think that was why we are seeing that low base from last year, actually making the earnings look actually big. But if you compare it to Q4 revenue was about 4 billion.
Yeah.
So what it just did now is about 3.8 billion or thereabout that it just did for Q1. So it's actually still a weak earnings compared to where they're coming from in Q4. But year on year, you might see that it actually look good, but they still have to do more on the end.
Fantastic. Now let's look at Unilever. Unilever has taken its locally made production in Nigeria from 80% to 90%. You can also see an increase in its revenue, but clearly not yet where it wants to be. Ugodre, can you just tell us a bit more about
I mean, contrary to that, I actually think this is an incredible result. I think you'd always feel very excited when you see companies like Unilever, Nestle, companies that are fully mature, continue to churn out double-digit revenue growth, double-digit earnings per share. It's just incredible. Yes, Unilever is one of those overpriced stocks in my view, but then it's because that's the kind of stocks that foreign investors like to buy. So they always assign high earnings multiples to stocks like that. I look at the results: 19% growth in top-line revenue, double-digit growth in pre-tax profit. In fact, I think it's 80%. Growth in pre-tax profit. Incredible results. And if you look further, you see that they also have double-digit growth in 2 of their major lines, food and product, and then home and personal care. That also reflects the fact that Nigerians are beginning to see their purchasing power go up a little bit. Nigerians are feeling a bit more comfortable spending their money. So these are basically like your bellwether stocks. And when you see companies like this start to do very well, you know that at least to an extent the economy is picking up. People have basically settled into stable exchange rate, the inflation rate that it's trending downwards. So people have basically kind of like adjusted, right, and start to spend money on things that are more important to them, which is basically food and health.
Speaking about better consumer spending, so are we going to stay positive about consumer product stocks? Like we can see that the macroeconomic condition is getting better, the consumers are spending better. You can see everybody sort of adjusting to the new prices. So will you particularly bet on any of the consumer goods stock based on those macroeconomic?
Yeah, I mean, like these stocks are performers anytime, any day. And if you also consider the fact that foreign investors haven't fully started coming back, then you know that this is also one stock that you want to have in your portfolio. So I mean, it's incredible that you guys picked all the stocks today for this show, because these are stocks that you always want to have in your portfolio.
Fantastic. All right, top.
Yes, we have a message. Sorry, before we get to the top earner. So we have a message in on what YouTube. You can join the live stream on YouTube to enjoy the analysis on BusinessExpress. The address is Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Just type that in and you'll find us. So Modupe Sandra says, Ugodre is speaking my mind on GTB. Wouldn't buy at the current price. Zenith and Access though, still right now. Hi Tosin.
Hi Modupe Sandra. How you doing? Guys, look at the top gainers this week. So I was telling a friend that if I had invested 100,000 naira in Owando last week, I could have walked away with 39,000, a whooping 39% in 1 week. I know there's a backstory, but will you guys touch the stock?
I think what he's actually saying in Owando is actually been shut down for a while, so he's back in the market and people are seeing where crude oil prices are. Even though they've hedged some of their products, but you can still see the increase in oil price is actually a good one for them. So they are heavily in the upstream. So if you see good oil price going up, it actually shows a good sign for them. So that's what people are actually pricing into what they're likely to. So if you want to play in the upstream, either you are with Seplat or you are with Orlando. So people who have interest in upstream, they have to look at Orlando because it's quite cheaper compared you go into Seplat. I think that's what you're actually seeing playing on.
But good, you consider the backstory. Will you touch Orlando?
No way, man. I mean, like, if you're into you know, technical play, fast moving and trading stocks, yes, you can do Orlando if you're very good at you know studying all the trends and all. But on the fundamental level, I'm a fundamental investor, so I won't touch Orlando with the 6 feet pull, loss making, negative return earnings. It doesn't just fit into my profile of the kind of stock that I'll buy. But then you got to give it to them from 6 naira all the way to 9 naira. Could probably break that 10 naira still, like hit double digits. All the good for them. If you have the money in there, good for you.
In 1 week,
but I ain't touching it.
In 1 week. So guys, let's look at our stock picks for the week, right? So today UBA is having its annual general meeting, and I'm going, like, I'm a shareholder, I'm going to be there. So look at our stock picks. It's First Bank, Orlando, Seplat, Fidelity, Access Bank, and UBA. So if you guys were to invest in any of the stocks this week, which one would you choose?
I'll go with First Bank.
Okay, Dre?
I think First Bank is good, but I mean, I just don't know. I mean, I sort of think like it's sort of the price is sort of plateaued. So I see Orlando on the list. I ain't touching it. I think Seplat is of interest to me. Access Bank, I bought Access Bank a few times over the last few weeks. I think I might probably go in there again this week. But I like Seplat. And then Fidelity Bank is a dark horse. Yeah, it's actually a dark horse.
Okay, I don't want to sound cryptic or anything. I actually saw Fidelity Bank in my dream, and I think I'm going to buy that stock today. So you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much, Ogudre, for joining us. Thank you so much, Segun. And it's Tosin Olaseinde from Money Africa. I enjoy spending my money with you guys.
How do we find you on social media?
Just go to @Money Africa and I'll be right there.
Ah, okay. And @Ogudre on Twitter. Oh, Segun, thank you. Oluwakenwale on Twitter.
Yes.
Okay, that's long ones here. Cool. Catch Frankly Speaking with Muyiwa Falabi next, and right after that at 7:30 it's Freshly Pressed, detailed analysis of news on our national papers. All right, check that out.
Business Express on Smooth.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Thanks, Ogudre. It's always